Hello and welcome back to Nerd News. Today we have the Mario movie trailer, which aired yesterday afternoon, and we have that 90's show getting a trailer. Let's get started. First up, we have RGG Studios, and they've confirmed that in Like A Dragon Gaiden, The Man Who Erased His Name, the Cabernet games will be back. And I mean, that's cool, I guess. I'm just excited to get some new Like a Dragon or Yakuza news. Personally, I'm really looking forward to this game, and this is just a random update. I personally don't care that much about the Cabernet games. They're fun, but they're not really what drives me to play the game. They're more like distractions when I don't really feel like doing the main story, but it's neat to see. I know a lot of people do enjoy these, so it's cool. And next up, from Hypland, the bags that they have for sale will be releasing on December 10th at 9 a.m. Pacific time, which I believe is noon Eastern, so noon for us, or for me. They will be retailing at $120 a piece. That's a lot of money, but they do look really nice. This is not the best image here, but here's a picture of all four of them. I believe all four of them will be released at the same time. That they didn't really specify any one, so I would just assume all four come out. But we have the Akatsuki Cloud, the Renegon, the Sharingan, which looks like Sasuke's Mangekyo Sharingan, and then we have the 4-star Dragon Ball. I kind of want all of them, but at $120 a piece, I don't think that's going to happen. They are very nice looking, though. I do like them quite a bit. And next up, Legendary Entertainment has launched a worldwide film distribution partnership with Sony Pictures after cutting ties with Warner Brothers. For some reason, this doesn't include the Monsterverse and Dune, which will remain at Warner Brothers. It's kind of weird, mostly because, I mean, what else does Legendary really have? That's like franchise, I guess. Legendary, I don't know. Nothing comes to mind immediately, at the very least. Honestly, I don't even think I knew Dune was Legendary. Maybe they have something, I'm just not thinking of it, but nothing really comes to mind besides the Monsterverse, so we'll see, I guess. But they're leaving they've left Warner Brothers, and they're now going to be working with Sony. I don't think this actually means a whole lot. I guess it's good for Sony, though, since Sony's movie studios haven't been the best the last few years. Obviously, Spider-Man has been very good to them, but overall, Sony Studios has been struggling the last few years. I want to say like maybe 10 years, 5-10 years, something like that. They've been showing signs of struggling, and most of Sony has been propped up by the PlayStation brand. So hopefully this brings a renewed sense to Sony's pictures, because Sony does put out some really good stuff that just isn't always the most financially viable. And next up, we have the Mario movie trailer number 2, and this looks fantastic. Really excited for this movie. This looks better than even the first trailer. Finally got to see Donkey Kong, and he looks great. They gave him a whole new render. This is the first time he's been completely redesigned since Donkey Kong Country, and he looks fantastic. This is a really, really good looking DK, and as someone who absolutely loves DK, I'm really excited to see him in this movie and doing well. We got some Cranky Kong shots. I'm almost positive that you can see Funky Kong in the background towards the end of the trailer. The same thing with Diddy Kong, and I'm like 90% sure Kiddy Kong is there. I don't know how the hell Kiddy Kong got into this, but he's there, and that's cool. The only one I didn't see that I was really hoping to see, especially since we've seen Diddy a little bit at least, there was no Dixie Kong. I didn't notice a Dixie Kong, and Dixie Kong is personally my favorite character of the Donkey Kong series, so I was really hoping that if they had just shown Donkey Kong, I don't think I would care too much, but if we're getting Kiddy Kong in this movie and we don't get a Dixie Kong, I'm going to be very upset. There will be riots. It's absurd. Dixie Kong is like the best thing in the franchise. Donkey Kong Country 2 is the best game in the series, period, and Dixie Kong is what makes that game so good. I couldn't imagine having Kiddy Kong in this movie, but not Dixie Kong. That's ridiculous. But beyond that, moving away from my personal feelings towards the DK family, the movie looks really good. Peach looks really cool. Somehow they're managing to make a better Peach than Peach's own game gave. She gets a spear. She uses the fire flower. We got Tanuki Mario. This was great. Rainbow Road was in here. It is fantastic trailer. Fantastic trailer. Cannot wait for this movie. It looks so good. Coming in April, and I had doubts when they announced Illumination, like I think most people, because Illumination doesn't make great movies. But my opinion has always been that they could make a good movie, they just don't do very good with things like a plot. Everything else is fine. The animation always looks really good. It's usually just a plot that's kind of stupid. It's very simplistic, and there's a lot of simple jokes in it. A lot of fart humor, slapstick humor, that kind of stuff, which there's nothing wrong with, but it definitely plays more to the kids and less to a mixed audience. But with the addition of Nintendo working directly with them, I had confidence that maybe they could pull something a little bit better together, a little bit more of a family movie instead of a kids movie. And based on what we're seeing here, while it does definitely have a lot of the Illumination style to it, this looks really, really good, and I can't wait to see it. Just everything about this trailer was fantastic. From the characters we've seen, the voices that were done. I'm really impressed with some of the voice work. Mario sounds way better than I thought he was going to. Even after the first trailer, I wasn't 100% sold on the Mario voice. I thought it was fine, but nothing special. This kind of sells me on it. This does sound pretty good. Again, I don't think he's great sounding or anything like that, but it's definitely passable. I can listen to this for a movie and not be annoyed out of my mind. Jack Black still sounds great as Bowser. I think that's probably one of the strongest voices in here. The guy playing Luigi, I cannot remember his name. Charlie Day, I think it is. He sounded pretty good. Luigi had a nice scared shakiness to him. I liked that. Anna Taylor-Joy sounded really good as Peach. Gave it more of an actual character dynamic, as opposed to most Mario games tend to give her. Just seems really good. I'm really confident in this movie being good, and really hopeful that this movie is good. And again, coming out in April, so I cannot wait. And next up, in some other movie news, just for shits and giggles, we got That 90's Show getting a first trailer from Netflix, and this will be a direct sequel to That 70's Show, starring Kurtwood Smith and Deborah Jo Rupp as the Foremans, the parents, Eric's parents. And I believe in this one they'll be taking care of their granddaughter. And honestly, you put Kurtwood Smith and Deborah Jo Rupp together, and I'm going to probably watch it because they're hysterical. If you haven't seen The Ranch, watch The Ranch. The show's funny. Even if there's some questionable people in the show, both of them do a very good job at their roles in the show, and the show is hilarious. This show looks pretty funny from what we've seen, although there's not a whole lot going on. But usually I'm not a big fan of these revival shows, but they've been getting better, I think, over the last few years. I'm a big fan of the Sex and the City reboot and Just Like That. I really like the iCarly reboot. That's been really good. None of these are from Netflix, but who knows? Maybe Netflix will manage something decent and get this show off the ground and make something at least watchable out of it. Not a huge fan of Netflix. I don't usually even subscribe to Netflix, but I'm going to take the time to go out and watch this because I do really like That 70's Show, and I'm hoping that they do a sequel to it justice and at least make a decent show. But we'll see. And lastly, I don't know why the last week or so we've been just getting a ton of animated classics being remade and announced for horror movies, but following up on Winnie the Pooh and Bambi, and now we got How the Grinch Stole Christmas with the Mean One as a horror movie, and it's just the Grinch killing Cindy Lou Who's family. The Grinch looks pretty good. I don't know if I actually want to watch this movie. It looks stupid. It looks ridiculous, but kind of in a fun way. If you've ever seen A Christmas Horror Story, I think it's called. The movie's not very good, but it's stupid and fun, so sure. That's what this kind of reminds me of. It's it looks like a dumb, fun horror movie, and those are usually my favorite kind of horror movies. I'm not really a big fan of like the slasher films or anything like that. I'm more into the either excessive gore or something like this where it's stupid, it's funny, and you're really not, it's meant to just make you laugh, even though it does have its typical scares. It's more just like B-movie fun horror, and I don't know, it looks dumb and fun. Again, I do think the Grinch at least looks good, though. He does kind of look menacing, and I don't know, something about turning animated classics into horror movies is always entertaining. It's a little overdone, and it's a little on the nose with these kind of things, but for some reason they're always fun and entertaining, even if it's in a stupid way. I'll probably watch this, even though it's probably going to be terrible, but sometimes terrible is good for you. And that's all the news for today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let me know what you thought of the Mario movie trailer. Are you excited for this movie? I'm very excited for this movie. Let me know what you thought the best part of the trailer was. I'm going to be honest, anything with Donkey Kong is definitely going to sell me, and Donkey Kong looked fantastic in this. Also really excited for Tanuki Mario. That's probably my favorite Mario power-up, and seeing it kind of wisp across the screen was really, really great. Can't wait to see this. Thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with more nerd news. Bye.